Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for joining me here today. Today's guest is Claudette Craig right here on the RNG Radio Show. Claudia, thank you so much for joining me today. How are you doing today?
Thank you for having me. I'm doing well. No complaints.
Awesome. So Claudia is here to talk about her business and services. So Claudia, get started. What is it that you do?
So my business is Laboring in Love. It's a birth and postpartum wellness program that I have. I support mothers, families during their pregnancy, after pregnancy, with informational, physical, and emotional support. I also supply certain resources for parents like diapers, wipes, cribs, clothes, you name it, anything to do with the beginning stages of, creating this family, right? And so that's my business, Laboring in Love, in Newark, New Jersey.
Oh, where are you at? Actually out in Jersey?
Newark, New Jersey.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. All right. And now, how long have you been doing this for? How long has Laboring in Love been around for?
So Laboring in Love, the business, has been around for 3 years, but actually doing the work, I would say 6 years prior to creating a business out of it. So okay. I was supporting women in my community, women in shelters, you name it. I've probably been in every space. Mothers, daycares, just providing those services. It became a great need at some point, and someone, kind of encouraged me to do the training, to become a birth worker and, get my certification. And I decided to do that. By regular day job, I'm actually a certified medical assistant at OB office. So that kind of like transitioned into that somehow. And then I turned it into a business, Laboring in Love, about 3 years ago.
Okay, awesome. Congratulations. That is an amazing thing. Any business, I don't care who's listening right now, any business that's been around for 3 years or more, or even 3 seconds or more, is definitely an accomplishment. So Claudia, much congrats and success to you. Now, before we continue on, instead of me driving around Newark, New Jersey, if somebody needs to get in contact with you or knows that they definitely need your services, how can somebody reach you?
So the first place I would direct them is www.laboringinlove.com. That's the website. It has my services up there. It has a contact where you can send me a message, and I usually return back very quickly. That is also linked to my Facebook page, Laboring in Love, and my Instagram at Laboring in Love as well. Or they can just contact me via email, laboringinlove@outlook.com.
Awesome. Now, I know we got some people who might have that British accent, and sometimes words such as color is spelled with a U. Now, Laboring in Love is L-A-B, what's the rest?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last part, is what?
Oh, no problem. I was just trying to figure out the actual spelling of the website so people can write it down.
So it's Laboring. So I'm actually, funny that you brought that up. I was actually born in London, and so I do, know about the differentiating of spelling, but it's actually.
So you know about the different accents, love.
Yes, I do. So it's Laboring. You must be psychic. Labor. So that's how we're spelling the laboring, and that's one word, INLOVE, in love.
All right, so English folks, for those that were, out in the UK and everything like that, there's no extra U. It is just strictly LABORING and love.com. Okay, awesome. So what are some of the things that, I know that you mentioned you are pretty much here, there, and everywhere out in the community. What's one thing that you're currently doing right now out in the community with Laboring in Love?
So right now, it's more of a virtual, obviously, because of the COVID. Actually, the Laboring in Love will transition, is in a transition process right now. I'm actually turning it over into a nonprofit, which is going to be called Wanda's Place, which is named after my grandmom, who's still living, who was a person that for 20-something years went down to Penn Station in Newark, if people are familiar with Newark, and fed homeless people every Friday. And so if I figure if I had a trait from her, it would be of that giving in that way. So Wanda's Place will have some of the same services as Laboring in Love did. However, we want to draw in the community, single fathers. We want to draw in the community, grandparents who may be taking care of their children's children. We don't want to exclude anyone, right? So these services will become where, I will create a diaper bank. I will have, once a month giving out diapers and formula, that program be called Pamper and Me. And, these things are expensive to people now and people are struggling. And so we want to be able to be that resource for them if they need clothes, if they need a crib, the basic necessities, we take for granted that people are having kids every day and really don't have this stuff. And so Wanda's Place will be a place where it's like almost like grandma's house. Wherever you go to grandma's house, it's always good stuff there. You get all the goodies at grandma's house. And so we want Wanda's Place to be a place where you can feel love and, people are giving from their heart and people are supporting families who are really struggling in our community.
Okay. All right, cool. I love that. I love that. Now, with the diaper bank and the things that you expanded to, now, don't get me wrong. I know that we're living in, I should say this, we are living in great times right now and such. How soon do you see yourself with the diaper bank and other initiatives, even just the transition alone, going into a nonprofit? Where do you?
Well, during the COVID, I have supported families during the COVID. Not physically with the diapers. I actually have a storage right now, but I'm in the process of obtaining a warehouse. So, but during COVID, what I did was I put out a post basically on social media, and probably about an hour or so I collected like maybe $700 something, and I was able to send packages to people. So, and this was really not in this community. This was all over the United States, Texas, wow. Cleveland, North Carolina, South Carolina. A guy actually saw my post on there and donated 12 gift cards. And so I was able to get their addresses and then put the stuff, send it directly to them. Even though, shipping was difficult, it pretty much worked out. They got it in 1 or 2 days, so it wasn't like a struggle. Some people were in need of formula. Some people just during this time didn't have. So for right now, that is still ongoing, virtual. Again, people can reach out to me. I'm doing my Facebook page, Laboring in Love, my Instagram page, DM me. You're welcome to do that. You're welcome to DM me on Facebook. You're welcome to go to Laboring in Love at outlook.com and just hit me up because I always respond. I always do.
Awesome. And folks, this is building communities. I don't want you to think that we're on here just to talk, but Claudia right now has a purpose and has a mission. So if you know somebody that's willing to donate, if you know somebody that will be a good outreach and be that resource to help those that are in need, especially during these times in the community, by all means, please feel free to reach out to Claudia. So now, Claudia, for somebody who's looking to do this or currently doing this right now and might feel just the pressure because it's so hard to get out there right now because of everything going on and restrictions and what's currently going on in the news, what advice would you give somebody that's looking to either start their own nonprofit or give back to the community as what you're doing right now?
So I think one of the biggest things I would say is to be diligent. I think that if you are aware of what the need is in your community, you can serve anybody, right? And so whether that's in meals, whether it's in doing the same thing I'm doing, make a plan. Go and present yourself to people like, hey, I really want to know how I can support you. People always looking for extra support, volunteers, whatever the case may be. If you have items, if you have things, if you know somebody else that's in need, you can always reach out. I have great counterparts in the birth community, people that I know that have helped me, and we don't even live in the same state. And I will tell you that most of these people that have supported me through in this, I've never met physically. I'm telling you that people will help you. So I would say my advice would be to be diligent, do some research, know your work, and have that intention of, giving from a pure place, right? And so that's the main thing. It has to be from a pure place, and you have to have that intention, because once you have that intention and that's genuine, no matter what you put your hands on, it's going to work. It's going to work. It may be a struggle at first, but it's going to work. And join and collaborate with people. Some people just want to do things on their own, but you can't. You have to work with others. And so working with others is another big thing too for me. I'm collaborating with so many people, and on this journey, I have met so many wonderful people. So many people have supported me. And I would say that a good 95% of those people I've never met.
That's awesome. That is amazing. And a wonderful, wonderful testimony, especially for those that are looking, because I know there's a lot of people out here in this world that they want to help folks and they feel like they're stuck, but you said it plain and simple. Ask. All you have to do is ask, folks, when you get out there. As long as you ask, you'll get to where you need to be going to. But if you don't ask, you're not going to get the answer that you want. So speaking of asking, I love this question. I'm actually probably going to add it on moving forward. So this is a surprise question.
Okay.
I'm not preparing nobody for this one. If you were to choose a celebrity as a parent, who would it be and why?
Oh, I would say Michelle Obama.
Okay.
I would say because she exemplifies, motherhood, and, even though she was, wife of the president, she still, her girls were, well groomed. Her girls were, they were all on some kind of like discipline as far as what the standards were and what they were. And every time I would see her and her daughters, I would think to myself, there goes a great mom, somebody that has put a lot of time into her children, into her daughters, to be phenomenal women like herself. So I would have to say Michelle Obama if I had to pick.
All right, cool. I appreciate that. I know I sprung that question on you, but I appreciate
that's
that.
fine.
So, folks, if you need to get in contact with Claudia, or you want to get in contact, or you know somebody that's a source of the resources that Claudia needs to be the source, please reach out to her. You can find her on social media, and that's laboringinlove.com. Am I correct about that?
That's right. Awesome. Laboringinlove.com is the website. My Instagram is Laboring in Love. You can follow on Facebook as well, or you can go to my email and email me if you have a resource. I'm currently servicing Newark, New Jersey, and the surrounding areas, which would be Orange, East Orange, and Irvington. But I also have counterparts in New York that always call me and ask me for things, or who have been a great source of support for me. And they will eventually, at some point, I will transition over to New York as well and try to collaborate the two states together and try to work, because I have a lot of support over there as well in what I'm doing. So if you know someone, if you are that person, it's private. Everything is kept private. Nobody's aware of you reaching out to me unless you want them to be. It's a private thing. It's between me and you and my organization. If you can have some support, donations, anything that you think that, may help me along this journey, I am grateful to each and every person. If I had time to list every person, I would, because I do keep track of names. And even though some people don't want their name out there, it's important to me to have the name. I need the name, and I need who you are, because that's part of the story. And so if you need to reach me, again, Laboring in Love, www.laboringinlove.com, laboringinlove@outlook.com, or you can go to my Instagram, Facebook, Laboring in Love. And that's
awesome.
LABORINGINLOVE.
That's right. Folks, we're not doing with the U, okay? If you heard labor and you heard the U, you're going to need to drop the U. It's right. Straight labor. So, Claudia, thank you again so much. I really appreciate you having
Thank you.
Everybody stay blessed. And hey, If you happen to watch this, tune in to the RNG Radio Show every morning, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. on Facebook Live, or if you happen to catch the replay, you can find me on YouTube. Again, Claudia, thank you again so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for having me.
Definitely. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye.
Fleslet on the beat.